Hello guys, today I am going to make you learn the concept of using a quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. Over here I have written a quadratic equation here in blue. Actually, how can we say that it is a quadratic equation? We can say that because the highest power of x in this equation is 2. Whenever there is a highest power 2 in an equation, we call it a quadratic equation. And yes, not just then, we also use a basic formula, a general formula for quadratic equation, that is, actually I am writing it over here, ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. The quadratic equation is always in this form. This is a general form of equation, and if I compare this with the equation I have written over here, I can see that a is actually 1, b is actually 4, and c is actually 3. A cannot be 0. Remember this. So from here I'll be solving a quadratic equation I have written here. We're using two ways. One is midterm breaking, that you may be familiar with, and the other is quadratic formula. And I'll be showing how the answers for the two methods are same. So I'll be starting with the first method, that is midterm breaking. And the other using quadratic formula. Making a line in between. So over here, writing this equation again. Now how can I solve it with midterm breaking? The middle term in this equation is 4x. I have to break it into two parts. What kind of two parts? That if I break it into two parts, the two parts add up to get minus 4x and multiply up to get 3. Over here in the rough work I'll be solving it. Two things add up to get minus 4. Two things multiply each other with each other to get 3. What can be this? So there are some numbers coming into my mind. Could it be minus 3 and minus 1? They both add up to get minus 4. And if we multiply both of these numbers, do it make 3? Yes, it does make. So this is how I find it out. So I found out that there is a number minus 3 and minus 1 over here. So I'll be writing it like this: x square minus 3x minus x, and bringing it down, plus 3. I actually changed this minus 4x into minus 3x minus x. This is the new thing I introduced over here. Now coming down, I'll be factorizing this. How? I'll be dividing the first two terms separately and the other two terms separately. Now factorizing these terms. If I take x common from them, there is one x left inside the bracket, minus 3. To make sure you did the correct factorization, you can check it again by multiplying it again with the brackets. X square minus 3x. That is what we had before. Now I'll be factorizing the other terms. It can become, can I take minus 1 common over here and x minus 3? So I have seen that the terms inside the brackets I got are equal. So now what I'll be doing, I'll be writing this repeated bracket once and the terms outside the bracket once. I'll enclose everything inside the bracket and equate it with 0. Now going down, I'll be making these two terms equal to 0 but separately. X minus 3 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0. Remember, when you are solving a quadratic equation, you get two answers. So here we are getting two answers for x, two values for x. If I take this 3 to the right, I get x is equals to 3. And if I take this minus 1 to the right, I get x is equals to 1. This is how we solve using midterm breaking. Now I'll be solving it, the same question, using a quadratic formula. Now what am I gonna do? I'll be first writing the general form of the formula. Again, under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. First of all, we have to see what is b, a and c. Remember, I told you a general form of an equation, that of a quadratic equation, that is ax squared plus bx plus c. Now this is the point where we actually compare the equation with this general form and find out our a, b and c. Now the coefficient of x square is always a. So in over here, what a I see is 1. A over here is 1. B is the coefficient of x. So in over here I get b as minus 4. Remember to take the sign. Now over here c is the constant. It has no variable with it, and I get 3 as c over here. So this is a, b and c. I'll be substituting the values of a, b and c as it is inside into the equation, and let's see what's happened. In place of b, first of all the negative sign, then in place of b I'll be putting the b we had in the equation, that is minus 4 plus minus b square, that is minus 4 whole square. Remember to use the whole square over here. Minus 4, in place of a I will write 1, and c 3, divided by, and remember this divided by sign is for the whole terms above. 2 multiplied by a is 1. Now if I solve it further, I'll get something like this. Minus minus plus, plus minus, minus 4 whole square is actually 16. Minus 4 into 1 into 3 is 12. Divided by 2 into 1. Further solving it, I get 4 divided by 2. Now I have to solve this under root, and I'll be getting the two answers for the under root, one in positive and one in negative. Let's see over here. 4 as it is, one answer in positive, or 4 as it is, one answer in negative. One answer for the under root, remember. Now for under root 4 is, you all may be aware of it, it's 2. 6 by 2, or x is equals to 2 by 2. We get x as 3, or we get x as 1. So this is how you can solve the same quadratic equation using midterm breaking and using quadratic formula. Now remember, there are a few equations that you cannot do midterm breaking for. So at that moment you actually have to solve it using quadratic formula. There may be a few equations where you cannot do this midterm breaking. It cannot occur, it is not possible. So you have to shift yourself towards the quadratic formula, and this is very reliable. I am here with another quadratic equation, that is 2x squared plus 4x minus 11 is equals to 0. So I will be solving this using a quadratic formula. Why? Why not midterm breaking? Because this midterm 4x cannot be broken down into two other numbers. Take it. Hence I will be using a quadratic formula to solve it. Let's write our quadratic formula. minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now I'll be first seeing what is a, b and c, writing the general form of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c. Now comparing it with this equation. So I find it out that a is 2, b is 4, positive 4, and c is minus 11. Now I will be substituting it. Into the formula. Instead of b, I'll be writing 4. The minus sign was already present in the formula. I did not put it by myself. 4 square minus 4ac. Remember to take minus 11, not just 11. Divide by 2a. A was 2. Now further solving it, I get or with a negative sign and this. I get 1 under root 104. Now solving this under root in a calculator, I get the value 10.2 over 4, or x is equals to minus 4 minus 10.2 over 4. Further 1.6, I hope this is right, or x is equals to 3.6. These are the two possible values that we calculated for x. And notice that these values are coming in decimals, which you could not have solved using midterm breaking. So this was the case when you cannot solve an equation using midterm breaking, and you have to find the value of x using this formula. I hope this is clear to you, and if you like my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.